Hey, Dr. Birchler here. I want to talk to you a little bit today about pain, what pain is, what its role in life is, and how to keep yourself maybe on the right path instead of going down the wrong path, so to speak. What I mean by that is really to the extent that you think pain is your problem or people think pain is their problem, you become very susceptible to addiction and to trying to use chemicals to alter your pain, but it leads you down this path not towards healing, not towards improved function, not towards addressing causes. It leads to the chemical modification of pain because you think pain is the problem, you want pain to go away. What's the fastest way to do that? Boom, chemical, and there you are on a path that could take you down the wrong road in life, so to speak. So I guess the first message that I would have for you is that pain is not your problem. And you might think, well, yeah, it is. Well, pain is not really the problem. Pain, if anything, is an indicator. It's like the oil light going off on your dashboard. That light is not your problem. The low oil is the problem. So it's an indicator of a problem. And in fact, it serves a useful function. It serves to make you aware of and alert to something that's wrong before it becomes a life-threatening situation. So it helps in your survival, helps your ability to recognize things. And yet also, if you think about it, if every little thing that was wrong or not good caused us pain, life would be miserable. So the body is really designed to really allow us to have so many things going on, and the body processes it all before it really says like pain. So pain is like a late stage, like by the time things are hurting, like you're messed up, stuff is wrong, right? It's not designed to have you 100% optimum and get you back on track from any deviation. So there's a blessing and a curse to that. The blessing is that you don't live your whole life in pain. You have a lot of variance. The body can put up with a lot of things, and you can do okay and carry on. The curse is that you can be doing things that are causing problems, wearing things down, wearing them out for a long period of time before it gets to the point that you're like, man, this hurts, and I got to do something about it. And by then, it's pretty late stage, and it's closer to a crisis situation by the time pain is showing up. All right, there's stuff that's being damaged. Right, so pain has its purpose, and it's a useful purpose for us. Pain is not our problem. It's what's causing the pain is the problem. And let's look at a couple examples of that, just kind of make it real. So let's say you're playing sports and you tear your ACL and your knee hurts. Is the knee pain your problem? Well, no, the knee pain is not your problem. The torn ligament is the problem. Or is the torn ligament the problem? Or is the torn ligament the effect of playing the sports or something like that? Or is the torn ligament a result of something being uneven, crooked, stiff in your body so that it couldn't absorb normal shock, so its function wasn't right? Right. So you can kind of play chicken and egg with this stuff. What actually is the problem? And the closer you get from pain, surface level, not the problem, to actually true causative things that you choose to do or that you can control or you can modify, the more capacity you're going to have to change your outcome, to feel good, to have a good life, to heal, right? So running with that same example, somebody who tears their ACL, what actually needs to happen for that person's knee pain to go away? Well, the tissue needs to heal, right? Also, I mean, that's the short answer. Something was damaged, which that chemical process of the tissue damage was directly resulted in the pain. So what has to happen for the pain to resolve? Well, taking a pill just covers it up. It doesn't heal anything. What has to happen is the tissue needs to heal from that injury and then the pain will go away, right? So it needs to facilitate healing to resolve the pain in that case. Let's look at a couple other examples just for fun. Let's say somebody drinks too much and they wake up the next day with a headache. Is the headache the problem? Is the pain their problem? Well, pain is a result of, in this case, ingesting something chemically that would lead to the sensation of a headache. right? So that action or that activity, that choice was actually the cause. The headache was the feedback. It was telling you that that's not a good thing to do, right? So what needs to happen for that person to get better, for the headache to go away? Well, ultimately the body is going to clear that chemistry out, out the urine, out the bowels, out the mouth, out the skin, all those kind of things to get rid of, this case, the poison or the chemical or the toxin. And what else? Well, that person would need to stop doing the action or the thing, putting that stuff into the body that ended up leading to the effect of the headache, right? And that same idea would be always the case. So we would need to remove the causative factors in terms of behavior, lifestyle, choices, actions, physical activities that are causing it. And then we need to allow time for the body to heal itself. In the case of the torn ligament, the body has to repair the tissue. In the case of the headache from alcohol, the body would have to clear the alcohol, metabolize it. But there's some window of time that the body itself is going to heal, repair, and make itself right. Right? So I think you get the point. And we could look at a whole bunch of different examples, but understand neck pain, back pain, numbness, tingling, all kinds of things that people are dealing with out there, and going to pain clinics and getting injections and pills and surgeries and all these kind of things, none of which necessarily remove the causative factor, and none of which necessarily heal anything. In fact, they may decrease the body's healing. In the case of injections and anti-inflammatory medications, they actually directly impact the hormonal response of the body that facilitates healing. So they slow down healing. Maybe pain stops, but then you have a higher recurrence and chronicity of pain because there's an incomplete healing of the tissue. So those aren't the routes you really want to go down if you want to be at your best, if you want to heal, if you want to get well and be pain-free from the inside out. What we want to do is we want to stop the cause, and we want to facilitate healing. Now, another factor in that scenario would be, let's take somebody who's in a car crash, great example. There's damage to the body, tissue's injured, right? That has to heal. We just talked about that. Of course, we need to not be in any more crashes, or maybe make different choices about why we were in the crash. So we need to remove that cause, and we need to allow time to heal. But understand, in that case, as the body is healing that tissue, it might heal crooked, right? And then the way it moves might not be the same. Maybe I can go this way, okay, and that way it doesn't happen right. So maybe it moves different. Maybe it functions different. The tissue healed, but the function is not the same. The structure is not the same. And in this case, now there is a mechanical wear and tear on the tissue that comes just from normal activity, and it may be somewhat continuous even with relatively normal motion. And so what needs to happen for that person to get well? Well, remove the cause, allow time to heal. But if you don't change the structure or the mechanics that's going on in the body, it's actually going to grind tissue down and wear it down. So we have to then have a way to intervene that ideally is non-toxic, ideally does not damage tissue, doesn't delay healing of tissue, and actually removes that mechanical cause or breakdown to the tissue. That's what chiropractic is, right? Is we're taking something in the structure of the body that from some traumatic reason or whatever has misaligned, it's not functioning, it's causing disturbance, distress, interference in the body, and literally that can lead to tissue breakdown. And we are non-toxically, very, 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 very low risk, being able to change that function of the body, change the structure and the function of the body. And then that's going to allow the body's, that doesn't heal it. Only the body can heal it. But if you don't get that mechanical grinding down off it, it never seems to heal. So the phrase I use for that is it's hard to dry off while you're still in the shower, right? If you're not out of a situation that's grinding something down, it's really hard to get over the hump in the case of healing, so it really feels better and gets a good long-term outcome, right? So my hope for you is, first and foremost, if you think pain's your problem, if you're a person who takes pills, gets injections and those kind of thing, and you might think, well, man, it really hurts, I need to do something. Well, a lot of those things, they may make your pain go away, but it doesn't make your problem go away. It doesn't remove the cause of the problem, doesn't necessarily facilitate healing, doesn't necessarily improve function either. doesn't necessarily do anything to change the mechanical problem in your body that will continue whether or not you feel the pain at the moment because of the chemical that they gave you to take or that they shot into you, okay? So my point here is not to criticize you, is to help to give you some understanding and a perspective that will be value to you, certainly now to get yourself feeling better, but also for your future to have a great life and be able to maybe see some things differently and have different strategies to deal with it so you consistently get a different outcome, and you get that outcome consistently over a long period of time, and you can pass that on to the next generation, right? So you get that outcome not only for yourself, but for your family, your children, and so on. So you can maybe change the course of multiple lives in the process of you having a different way you're thinking about things and dealing with those problems. So truly hope this information is helpful to you. If there's any way we can help you get well, message us, get in contact with us. But thanks for watching.